Here we go. What's up, guys? Joel Valle from Media Glitch, and everyone else. If you want to say your names, they should know most of them. Probably the one you don't know is, some of you might know.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy here. I'm usually behind the camera. Yes,
and he's the producer, stage manager, many hats of this show. And it's a sad day for us. It's probably more sad for me because I've been at this for 8 years. Kind of always had this like privilege, I guess, of saying, "Hey, I do a TV show on air, like, you know, that airs on TV. Oh, that's cool." Well, can't say that no more because sadly, Media Glitch did not get canceled. Because there's a difference, right? When the show gets canceled.
Definitely a difference.
And our circumstance.
You make it sound more dire, ultimately, than it really is.
What do you mean?
I've got sad news. This is going to be so terrible.
It is sad. It's sad to me.
Sure,
like,
no.
It's so I do want to. I think we should start off by saying this is not the end of Media Glitch.
Yeah,
right.
As a channel, as a YouTube channel, but we are in the boat of we are a YouTube channel now.
Now we're a homeless YouTube
YouTube channel. And so, from what I understand, this is what happened. One of the last episodes that we filmed, I was a little frustrated. Things were said. Things happened. And we took a break. We were going to just take a break, basically. And then, like, the next day, I feel like... So this is all filmed in U Studios in Albuquerque, and the owner of U Studios calls me up and says, "Hey man, we're going off the air for a little bit because they were working on contracts with the city for the channel, like everything that airs." And so we've been kind of just, even though you have seen episodes going up, we haven't really filmed. In what?
6 months.
Six months.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
6 months.
And by the time you're watching this, who knows how long it's been.
And it's not just Media Glitch that's affected.
No. So every show is gone. Mm-hmm. Every show is off the air.
Every show filmed here.
Yes.
We're just in that pool.
So, and not filmed here. Because there were people who were filming at different places, but it was still airing on this show. So what happened basically is the city said, "No, we don't want you guys, like U Studios or whoever was in charge of that channel, anymore." Yeah. Basically.
Well, it was more of an issue of like the city had to vote for funding. And so the vote for funding, it's not even like we don't want you doing a thing. It's more like, well, we didn't vote in the funding for this.
Right.
And so so a new contract wasn't renewed.
And what we're telling you is kind of just what we've heard. There could be other things, or we could be getting some information wrong. The information we know that is right is we are no longer a TV show. We are no longer on there after, I think, 8 years I've been doing it. Or something like that.
Even the TV show is questionable, but we do know that we're not filming here. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, should we say, like, there are possibilities of us being picked up by another network?
Yes.
I guess we'll say that. We weren't gonna say that, but
there are possibilities. But yeah, the one thing for sure, because maybe do look for us somewhere else. But yeah,
maybe there's a TV people watching right now, and you want Media Glitch.
That's right.
On a time slot. We're ready. We won't have this beautiful stage because this, like, U Studios will continue on
Yeah.
as a studio. But if you don't know, for one episode of Media Glitch, it costs about $600. That sounds crazy, but that's what we would have to pay to come in, man all the cameras, have everything going on. But you see the faces of Media Glitch, but sometimes you don't see the behind the scenes of people who are working the cameras and the soundboards and stuff like that. And you guys can kind of see like the brains and the arms and the heart and the blood that makes everything circulate, because it's not just me. I couldn't do it without all these guys. So can we cut to a wide, and I just want, let's get some of the teams to come up here. All of them. And this ain't even, I mean, I think there's an intern out too. But yeah, just come on, have a seat. There we go. They just keep coming over. Yeah, Richard, man, that's how he's doing it. This is Media Glitch here. This is what it takes to get an episode out there. And I'm so thankful, and I want to tell the audience thank you, but I want to tell you guys personally, thank you so much for all the hard work you guys do every week, getting everything together. There's just so many details. If I were to list the details that have to go on before we go on, we'd be on for a long time. And
If you're looking to film in the Albuquerque area and you need a small studio,
come on
reach out
in.
to U Studios.
Yeah,
They're great.
for
They're
sure.
great for us.
They are still open. This set, you can have this set now. It's no longer ours, basically. And so I remember when I got the call, it was kind of weird. I was just like, wow, man. Like, that kind of separated us from everyone on YouTube. You know, like, oh, you're YouTube. Even like when getting reviews or getting invited to cons, or they were never like, oh yeah, man, you got 8,000 subscribers. They don't care about that. That's nothing.
Right.
Oh, you have a YouTube channel. Oh, or you have a TV show. Oh, you have,
broadcast into people's homes.
yeah, that's a different audience that we can't reach, and that always helped us. What's gonna happen now? Who knows?
We'll see.
Hard to say. But I was like, you know what? Let's make an episode. Let's say goodbye, not to you guys. Let's say goodbye to the studio, you know. But also, like, I thought maybe we could share some memories, good, bad memories. I think a good memory for me was when we shot the final episode over there. Okay, so we were in this one studio, guys. I don't even know how to explain
This
it.
was probably my favorite memory too, by the way. Was moving from that studio to this studio.
So the studio we were at, it's downtown Albuquerque, and
Like right on Central.
right on Central, and
It's about 50 feet from Shia LaBeouf's art installation. We will
Yes.
not be whatever divided. Yeah, it's like right in that area. So if you're familiar with why that got shut down, then, that's where our studio was.
and so to get into the studio, you basically had to step over whatever puddle of piss that was sitting there.
If it wasn't otherwise occupied.
If it wasn't there, it was just a thick cloud that you had to walk through of this odor.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like,
Although the best was when there was like an actual guy with his shopping cart that was kind of living there.
Yeah.
Because then he didn't let people, defecate in his lot.
It's true, you got
So it was
to
the
leave.
nice, and he was a very pleasant guy actually. He let us in and stuff. It was,
It's very nice.
that was nicer.
or we would just like, I remember leaving the studio and like, Better Call Saul, their whole set's right in front.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. You never knew. You never knew what was going to happen when you left that place or entered in. And I think it was the Owl Boy episode is when we really felt,
Yeah.
because someone had gone in behind and stole all the wiring, copper wiring and stuff of the studio.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't have no air conditioning.
No.
And here we got this guy, the maker from Owl Boy, sitting on the couch. We're roasting.
Oh, and he came in from where? From what
Sweden.
northern?
It's from Sweden or somewhere
This
where it's
country
cold.
yeah. Like, he would come to the desert with no air
That
conditioning.
was
He was very,
very,
cold
very
and
hot
very.
in there.
Oh, he was great.
And I was
like that guy was.
He was a champion, yes, and he was awesome. And we had a great time, but that whole time I was so embarrassed. Like I was just like, man, we gotta get better. And then we did get the okay to move into this beautiful location. And I remember filming that last episode because Cody was leaving the show.
Cody's last episode.
And shortly after Megan would leave,
And Ashley.
Ashley, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we filmed like a little goodbye skit.
Honestly, I'm glad that it's over. I mean, let's be honest. No one watches the show anyways. The air conditioning's always broken, and that's when we even have electricity. The cameras only work when they want to. The mics are garbage, and we have a bum that pisses on our front doorway every single night.
I'm gonna miss that piss. And Bum Joe. He never called me back.
And came into here. And that for me was like one of the, when we were filming and we had the crane, and it came, and even though we never used that crane again, just having the crane and giving you guys a little teaser of what was to come was one of my favorite moments of Media Glitch.
It was
Yeah.
exciting.
You know?
Such high hopes.
I wasn't there for that episode, so you guys
We
hologrammed
hologrammed you because you were, where were you?
Oh, that's right.
I think I was at BlizzCon.
You're at BlizzCon.
Yeah,
you
So
were at
this
BlizzCon.
time,
Oh
around
my
this
gosh,
time.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It
that
was.
was fun.
Interesting
Yeah,
that
so
around the same time we moved in, we're moving out. Like this is
Well, it keeps
officially.
it nice round numbers for us, just
Right.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, does anyone else have a memory?
Well, my least favorite memory is anything with Sexy Soul.
Yeah. I was about to say before
Better
we even
not
got
call
started,
that Saul.
Joel was like, we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite memories. And I was like, pretty much unanimously about it.
Well, what's
Sort of
crazy
agreed.
is Sexy Saul is the most popular character that people ask for.
Yeah,
So my
because
favorite
they were
memory
getting
is
a full
also
pulp glass
Sexy
of
Soul.
Schadenfreude from watching us.
They like
Yeah.
distant
So now,
discomfort.
to be fair, he's also my favorite, and I also don't have to interact with him. So
That's true.
See?
maybe there's something to
Well, what's
that.
funny is Sexy Saul, we decided to do the whole, with the podium and the game show, and I was just like, all right, we got to create a character. And Sexy Saul was created in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You remember me like just,
Yeah, out of a wig and a
I'll put a
tracksuit.
mustache on, and what is this? And okay, and this, and just like,
And then you're like, what does he sound
what does
like?
he sound like? Yeah, and I didn't even know. I don't think we like. I just came out and I was like,
I don't
It was
think you
not
told anybody
rehearsed.
what he sounded like. You just came out on the stage and you're like, and we were all just blown away.
well, what's funny is I think like
BK.
Miranda and Alex maybe didn't even get to see Saul until he appeared.
Yeah, until he was in our personal
Sashayed
bubbles.
onto the set.
Your first impression was our first impression.
Reactions were genuine.
I mean, it made me pretty uncomfortable too.
Well, yeah, because I got close with all of you guys. It didn't matter if you were a guy or a girl. I was like,
I did at least respect that about Sexy Soul.
yeah, like he
That's
had no
great.
respect or a person.
Well, Saul's very sexy. You see.
And hey, this doesn't mean Sexy Saul is gone. Oh no.
Oh
fair.
no.
The chagrin of
See, we
everybody.
might need to start doing like a sexy Saul on the street segment
Yeah.
where you go up and you interview people.
Right.
I'll go to jail.
Not it.
Yeah, we'll end up in jail if we do something like that.
Would you interview them about video games, just people on the street, as Sexy
Right.
Saul?
I don't know, man. I don't
Right.
know. what
Great.
I'll do.
What kind of reaction would that get?
Which
That's what I'm
actually
saying.
Nothing
leads to a
wholesome.
good point. What should we be doing, right?
Yeah. Tommy had a great suggestion. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So the big thing I would say is, even if you've never commented on our videos before, comment a lot on this one. Like talk to other people, respond to comments, do all that stuff because we're definitely reading all the. We normally read all the comments, but we're definitely reading all the comments on this one, and we'll even be looking to interact because we're curious. Like now we're at a
What do
time
we do?
of like a huge time of transition.
What are your
So,
favorite things?
Who knows what we could do moving forward, right? And so if there's things that you liked or didn't like or would like to see or whatever, and even just bring it up. We may not be able to do it, maybe that's that, but we won't know until you
Any
mention it.
Off the wall ideas.
Well, and if other people have ideas, be very respectful. But if you don't like them, say you don't like them. Or if you do like them, make sure to go in and like say what you like about someone else's idea or whatever. But definitely like a lot of discussion on this one because
Now's the
we're
time.
yeah, if you're ever going to have a hand in helping direct the direction of this show, now is pretty much the biggest
Yep.
the biggest opportunity you have.
Please.
So
If you want to give input,
Yeah.
now's the time. Down in the comment section, what do we do? Because we're like just these lost orphans at this moment, not knowing what do we do. There's options, there's possibilities. We don't know though what's going to happen. We have no clue. I mean, yeah, at this moment we haven't even gotten together to meet what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
I'm
literally
We're actually doing
it's
that
so
right
fresh.
after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's so fresh. Yeah, like we're gonna go to a diner probably or something, and we're gonna just see what's up. Those who can, you know.
But
Who
definitely
knows?
let us know. I mean, obviously we've done video game reviews. Did you like them? Which ones did you like? Which ones don't you like? Because we also kind of had a variety of format in that. Of course, there's your Road to Recovery that you've done.
Yeah.
There's
Skits.
the skits, which are always a blast. They're a lot of work, but they're always amazing. And, you know, I'd love to don Princess Zelda again.
And I was like, hey, Vato, mira, I bet you there is, man. This wouldn't be the first time. We all seen how it worked out with Bowser and Peach, huh?
That little piece of
Shh, Princessa, huh? Save your strength. I'm gonna save you. Don't you worry.
Well, you can go home now. I don't need the help of some second-rate hero.
Well, excuse me, Princess, okay?
But, yeah, so these are the things that we're wanting to know from you, because it's really hard to tell what clicks with people and what doesn't, because part of it's, you know, YouTube suppresses a lot of our content, and so people might like something, but they just don't know about it, so maybe it's a good idea, and we should keep doing it, but we don't know. We can't look at the numbers to know that for sure. So we definitely rely heavily on your input, and the only input that we can really get from you at this point is going to be your comments.
And we want to stay a high production show. It's always been, that's what we've been known for. Like when I hear other YouTubers talk about Media Glitz, they always talk about the production. No one watches us, but like, they talk about our production. And so we want to keep that same production. So now more than ever, it's time for the viewers, you guys, to help by sharing our content, liking our content, commenting on the content, because maybe one day we'll get blessed by the YouTube gods and fall into this like crazy algorithm.
When it's
Someone will
weird, too.
finally watch my Dark Future review.
When it's weird too, because like I feel like half of our viewers are YouTube content creators.
Right?
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
dude.
Like we have probably a higher number of creators as our audience than we have of just random people.
Yeah.
And so it's like you think it grows in a weird way because of that, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I like I'm friends with some of the biggest YouTubers in gaming, and they watch my show and they comment, and it's crazy that like it's weird. It is.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
yeah.
it's I don't know. We just do content that creators like more
yeah.
than random people.
I don't
like.
know. I don't know what it
Not
is,
sure
but
what
now's
that
the
is.
now's a good time, right?
Yeah.
Support it, share it, because you know I don't know what we're gonna do. I have no clue.
We're not
seriously.
done, but the sky's the limit. We could do anything.
Yeah.
Or we could do nothing.
You got a good moment? Bad moment?
I got a little bit of both. So, just to lead into earlier when you were discussing how Sexy Saul was sort of born out of nothingness. You know, like atoms collided and suddenly there he was.
Yeah.
We had a segment where it was game show like, and I had prepared something in my head, and I was running through all these different things, what I was going to say, how I was going to act, what I was going to do, and it kept changing because I kept feeling like it wasn't exactly right. I wasn't comfortable with it. And as it continued to evolve, I lost sight of what I wanted to do. So by the time I got up here, I had this wig on and this hat, and like all kinds of stuff was going on, and I didn't know what to deliver. And literally last second, the accent that I was going to do changed. And it was, for me, a mess.
Yeah, Joel will be back in a little bit. He's still catching some gnarly ones.
I didn't get your name. What is your name?
Oh, Rip Ryder.
Rip Ryder.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You too.
What's with the glove?
I don't have a hand.
Oh.
Shark accident.
Dude.
Drove a bus into a shark and it came off.
Well, I was like, you came in. Okay, in your defense, like, I said, John, listen, he didn't want to do this.
I was feeling.
So, John, you got to put on a wig.
Oh, man.
You got to do something. Just bring a crazy character.
And normally I'm not opposed to that. Normally I really indulge in that. You know,
Right.
I embrace it.
And you came and you're like, okay,
You got into your head too much.
I'm like this Brooklyn Rocky guy.
I just don't know, man.
From
Rockman
Australia.
was great.
No,
Rockman.
he wasn't from
Okay.
Australia at all. He was like this,
No.
right?
Sort of like surfer-esque is what it ended
Right,
up
right.
becoming.
No, I felt, yeah, but then all of a sudden you're like, I'm changing it all up. And you totally changed the whole accent. I was like, whatever, dude, whatever you want to do. I got to go get changed for Sexy Saul. Like, you do what you got to
I
do.
don't even know.
And
I
I
love
didn't
that
even.
episode though.
I didn't. Yeah,
That
a
was
lot of
great.
people liked the
seemed like-
episode, but you hated it.
I felt so uncomfortable, and I don't know why.
He told me, he's like, never make me do that again. Never make me do that
I need a
again.
different type of preparedness or a different character that I feel better doing. That was so impromptu that I couldn't even handle it.
I think we just got to give you the Mega Man helmet every time.
I
you're good.
feel, yeah, like if Mega Man comes out and he's gonna talk about his new movie,
Yeah.
I can do that. You know, we're good friends. Like that kind of thing is a little bit easier for me. Mega Man, I mean, there's also content that I'm way more familiar with, so it's a lot easier for me to sort of riff off of what I'm doing in my head rather than back and forthing with somebody off of a lot of unknown. So it got tricky for me. But my favorite stuff to do, besides the John's Weird Junk, and I mean, thank you guys.
That was
I've
a
gotten
great
a
episode.
lot of good reception to this. In fact, so much so that in lieu of doing the show with you guys, I've started an Instagram account that sort of does the same thing and showcases stuff.
nice.
almost
It's just
daily.
John's junk.
You're about to see my junk.
Dude,
Dude,
I have been wanting to see your junk for years.
I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I feel like it's time in the relationship to.
and I feel like, like we've grown.
Yeah, I'm committed to you.
It's time for
Right.
you to show me your junk.
It's yeah.
But is everyone here in TV land ready to see your junk?
No, but that's why we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Trial by fire.
Can I pull your junk out?
There's no better time.
It's almost, yeah.
People love that episode.
And
It was
those
great.
those are a lot of fun. I love doing those, but the weird, like, stupid top 10 list for top 10 Mega Man 9s, I still go back every now and then and listen to that to wonder what I was, decipher what I was thinking. And I love it because I want to do more ridiculous stuff like that.
Yeah.
To me,
And that's what we were starting to get into.
yeah,
Right.
Before, the
like
whole-
hyper bizarre is I can embrace that better. I feel
Anyone else?
comfortable with that nonsense.
I liked shopping the name America's Next Indie Devs Got Talent Survival Edition.
That was
Miami.
a
Nice.
really fun skit.
nailed
Because
it.
we were all
Good
sitting
job.
around the table just around here, and that's where all of our meetings take place. And we were trying to figure out, because we had this idea for the segment with the podiums and sort of like this game show. Like, how can we get all these game codes, where we can get a good review for them and help out all these indie developers as much as possible for giving us game keys. So we were thinking about all these different other game shows. We were like, what are some other shows that people watch? Like, American Idol and Survivor and
America's Got Talent.
yeah, America's Got Talent,
Who's
like
that?
all this stuff. And then somebody just started saying like the first word out of every one of these episodes. And then we
might
started
have
like
been
swapping them around a whole bunch. And then finally we got to the end of it and we're like, Miami.
And that segment was getting very popular, and people were loving the interaction.
Being able to vote and the whole
And now-
concept is cool.
I kid you not, we get about 3 indie games a day
Really?
sent to
Wow.
us because of those episodes.
They want us to.
And
They've
like,
seen those indie episodes, so every indie developer.
So
is
apparently
sent-
someone's
and it was the
watching us.
coolest
Indie
thing I
developers
feel
are.
like we've come up with because
Tell you,
nobody
only
else is
content creators.
Yeah, industry only
Yeah.
channel.
nobody else is doing anything like that as far as I could tell. So I thought it was like really, really cool.
And okay, anyone else?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, it sounds dumb, but I just really enjoy having this studio that we all went to and we met up every so often, and this was sort of like, oh, how did your review go? Let's see what you worked on, and bouncing off each other, like the human interaction part of it, especially for someone who runs a YouTube channel. It's kind of a lonely thing
Yeah,
to do.
I get to actually see people.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
The
And
brainstorm sessions.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. Like when we'd meet up either after the show or outside of show hours, and then we'd meet up for it. Like the actual social interaction is really huge for me because I don't have friends otherwise.
Aw.
Well, and like it, we also like, oh, we should watch the new Neil Breen movie tonight, or we should, let's stream, or
Yeah.
and a lot of that comes from just us, hanging out, which is why Media Lich isn't quitting, because we are all friends.
Right.
Yeah.
We all have busy lives. You have the YouTube channel. Your guys are all working, game, business owners, film director, all that stuff. So it's kind of like a whole nother world to come together with these guys, and that's what we don't want to end. The reason to come together as friends.
Yeah, so you guys need to help fund us hanging out. That's what needs to happen.
We do have a Patreon, so go
That is
check
true.
that out.
What else?
That's right. Crank those
I don't think I
Patreon
ever-
members, because studios ain't cheap.
I'll have to check the videos, but I don't think I ever won a America's Indie Devs Got Talent.
Not when I was
Had
on
to
it.
have.
No, Miranda has the most trophies out of that.
I
That's
think you
for
won
sure.
one, right?
I've won a few.
Yeah. Everyone
It was like close between you two on who
It's
was
funny
winning
because
most.
we
I'm not
talked
sure
to
I ever
Dylan coming
won.
in, and Dylan's
Yeah, me
just
and
like,
you.
"This one's got to win for sure." I can tell these are the reasons why I think
Oh,
it's
I
gonna
know.
win. And
Every single week, I get like this awesome game, and I come in, and then just it would not win.
I think
I
even
get knocked
Michael
out right
Brown won, but me and Dylan.
Oh, Michael, yeah, he was
really?
part of the
for
show
sure,
too.
for sure a little while. Yeah.
We've had a lot of people come and go.
So yeah,
Especially in the
my
8
hard
years.
memories of the show are mostly behind the scenes, and I don't know if they're appropriate to necessarily talk about. But I can say the first episode we shot in here
I say do it.
was kind of an unmitigated disaster.
But
It was,
remind us
awful.
what happened.
We had. I mean, it's just the growing pains, right? You come in,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, well,
It took
what are
hours
we
to
doing?
set the lights up.
Oh yeah.
And even just because so in the old studio, when I came on, we had Michael, right?
Yeah,
Who
Michael
was-
was Michael
who
was a
was
stage
the-
manager. When he quit, I was like, I can't do this on Michael. I'm done. Like the 8th time I quit Media Glitch.
And so like I was like, well, I'll just run the switcher, right? And so I got on. I was the person switching for a while. We come in here, and it's like we have the whole like
There's a whole crew.
yeah, a whole,
that's not
everything
here. You
back there.
can't
And
see.
it's like, oh, okay.
Adrian's here. Say hi, Adrian.
And so yeah, we first get here, and it's like, all right, well, how are we gonna run this? Because it's the herding cats sort of thing, and a bunch of ideas were just sort of thrown in this area, and a lot of them didn't quite work out so well. And so like, and even for reasons that like we probably shouldn't have even tried, frankly.
Yeah.
But we were just like, no, we're going with this. We're doing all this stuff, and so that was probably the hardest episode that we had to film here. But after that, everybody started figuring out how all the pieces fit, and it started getting a lot smoother, and all the way to the end where we started throwing more pieces at it. It started getting a lot harder again.
We were making things complicated.
Until the last episode.
Yes.
That last episode. Yeah, man.
That was rough.
That was bad for me.
Did that one ever go up?
It hasn't yet. I will link it to here because it'll go up before this. I want all of our studio stuff on YouTube before this hits.
Okay.
So that will go up, and you'll see.
Whew, you'll see.
I was just trying to keep you chill that day, and it was not easy.
No, sir.
It's just funny to think back on anymore, but I don't know how funny Joel thought it was at the time.
You sure danced a lot. I remember a lot of dancing.
I didn't know what else to do. Like I was just like, I'm dancing, I'm cussing
Raging
at the same
Sexy
time.
Saul is the funniest thing. Your glasses flew off
Mustache
at one
twirling.
point.
The mustache came
Half off
from
of his
glue.
We got a skew.
Oh, that's them sexy Saul mustache. Sometimes I did the show just like this because I couldn't. If I would have went forward, it would have
You're
fallen off.
sweating and
Yeah, it's hot under these lights occasionally.
But man, good times, huh?
yeah,
No,
I
it's-
think John and Rick were graceful hosts for the.
Nah, Rick who, and John who own the studio, they're amazing
Yeah,
people,
so-
man. They're
Really
just
nice guys.
like.
Oh yeah.
God, we do have to give them
Can't
props.
say enough good
Absolutely.
things about those guys.
And if you ever had to film a TV show, I mean, they do a lot of movies too. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
like-
constantly doing movies.
We were half kidding, but seriously, if you're in the Albuquerque area,
Yeah.
you need a film in a small studio.
Place to
Man,
go.
this is definitely the place to go.
a
Those
great
guys
spot.
are amazing.
They will
Pricey for us.
they will take care of you. We just can't afford it because now that we're not on TV, no commercials, no sponsors, no nothing. We're done. It's over.
For now.
Unless it's
or
not.
is it?
The funding is gone.
Because it's hard to say for sure.
You put the fun in funding.
No,
Right.
I'm never a big fan of asking
Well, you put the ding in funding.
the audience
Yeah.
or anything.
I, on the other hand, am shameless. So
Yeah.
seriously, if you guys want to
He's
start
shameless. He'll
throwing
plug
money
the-
at the Patreon, that's a
And
good
I'm the
way to
guy
get us
that's
up and
like,
soaring
listen,
again.
you're really gonna help us out by sharing our content.
Yeah, talking.
Getting your
Absolutely.
grandma to watch.
Watching.
You
I
know,
don't know how much Grandma likes Sexy Saul.
liking the
Grandma
comment
loves
on
sexy
every
Surprise,
episode.
Miranda. Yeah.
Oh well, apparently
I
I just
got
don't understand the.
I got some
That's for the
fan
female
mail.
70 and up
towards grandma.
demographic.
Got some
Are you
fan
kidding me?
mail.
That's a 60+ audience.
I'm just getting creeped out by proxy stuff.
So I don't know. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And we'll see what 2020 brings. You know.
Yeah.
my goodness.
Thank you guys for being part of any episode by commenting when we're going live. or just leaving us feedback or encouraging us, simply watching goes such a long way, because it can be really hard to put forth so much time, effort, and work and feel like it might not be for anything, but you guys have given us so much more than we could have asked for.
It means a lot.
It means a ton.
But
Even
me,
just lurking in a stream, like in one of our streams, just
Yeah.
coming and hanging out, lurking, not even saying much.
yeah, if you're not over on Media Glitch Twitch,
Yeah, and make sure to harass Joel. on
dude,
the
I've
Glitch
been down a schedule, man. If you haven't noticed.
What?
Yeah, I've checked
When-
in every once in
I
a while.
was streaming Wednesday early, but I noticed you were streaming Wednesday, so go check out Wargamer Girl. She streams earlier, and I try to go live after she goes off because I don't
Okay.
want to cross the streams. Because if we learned anything from Ghostbusters, it's that.
Well, I'll definitely have to give you a bump. I paint tiny miniatures on my stream, however. So if you're watching Violent Video Games, that you'll watch his show after.
And but what John said, more than ever though, I'm gonna need that positive feedback because when we work 40 plus hours on an episode, like one episode to edit, like all the review, whatever we're doing, we try to bring the goods, and then like 100 people watch it. That was kind of depressing, but we always had, well, it's going on TV. So I always had like, oh, it's gonna be going on TV. So
Right.
that's cool. And anytime I got recognized in town or anything, it was always TV. It was never YouTube. Oh, I see you on YouTube. Never. It was always, hey, I watch you on TV. So now I don't have that. I need you guys' love. I don't know. I'm just like,
We need more ego fuel
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
to raise.
Please validate us.
Let's build each other, you know?
That's right.
yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I want you to know that you are the soul. You're the linchpin for all of this. You're the catalyst, the keystone. And without you, none of this for the past 8 years would have been seen by anybody or appreciated by anybody.
Well, thanks.
You
I
know?
True,
appreciate
but
Joel.
speaking of ego fuel,
Yeah. And I never thought, when we started, it was in my house.
Yeah.
Never did I think it would, because it was IQ Review first, before it was Media Glitch, and then I never thought it would end up on TV, and then we'd get a studio, and then we'd get all the way to here. Like, never did I think that.
Got
so
pretty
I'm-
far for a channel with 8,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah, we just
Well, I
got
got
to.
far before it even.
Yeah,
had
that's what I'm
8,000.
saying.
That's
We were
true,
like,
that's
It was.
Con presence.
Yeah.
like getting invited to cons and stuff, and like I remember like when we were at about 4,000, we'd get comments like, how the heck do you guys have the money to do all this when you only have 4,000 subscribers? Like, people just didn't understand what was going on. People still don't understand.
dude, I don't
We
understand.
don't.
I'm having
Yeah.
It's the fortunate situation that we were in.
So that's it, guys. It's sad that it's an end of an era, I guess, of the TV.
Just the chapter's done.
Unless something happens, who knows? We honestly have nothing. There's nothing ahead of us. We have no idea.
Well, we have
you
dinner
know.
ahead of us.
We do have dinner. We got that.
Looking forward to that.
And so we just love you guys. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we're gonna keep going. Media Glitch can keep going. How? Maybe you can determine that. Let us know in the comment section below. What do we do now? What kind of content do you guys want to see? What do you want from us? Yeah. So,
That's it, Joel.
Thank you guys.
That's
See you guys.
should we say bye? This is it. This is the studio.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't
Goodbye.
Do we?
Goodbye,
do I hug
studio.
The walls? Do I hug the wall?
Oh, well.
know. Yeah.
Yes, you
That's
can.
a good idea.
Or
It's
do
like
you
it's a
Nirvana it? Do you
hold
take
and
the
jump.
sword and just
Group
destroy?
hug.
Group hug.
Yeah.
I don't think-
We're all doing this.
Group hug or a huddle.
Or a
It
huddle.
could be
All
one or
right.
the other.
We're done. That was a good space, huh?
Been great.
Yep,
Appreciate you guys.
It's over.
it's over.
Bye, Adrian.
Bye, Adrian.
I went home already.
All right, go turn that camera.
All right, we're turning this off.